At the heart lies the singularity, a point with no size, but infinite density. Here, the laws of space and time forget their lines. You do not crash, you dissolve, become part of a question, and wonder if your memories echo here, somewhere within. You are still falling, slowly, silently, into something that does not have shape, yet holds everything. Space has grown strange now, not wide and open, but curved inward like a closing hand. The further you drift, the more the familiar dissolves. This is the center, the singularity, the heart of the black hole. And yet, it does not feel like a place. You search for edges but find none. There are no walls, no horizon, only a thinning, a narrowing, a feeling of being drawn into something that has no surface at all. The space around you stops behaving as space once did. It no longer stretches outward. It does not offer direction. It folds in on itself, like pages curling into a secret. You are not crushed, not in this slow, thoughtful imagining. You are simplified. Gravity here is not a force, but a truth. It doesn't press on you, it invites you in. Like a dream you cannot wake from, not because it traps you, but because you no longer remember what it means to wake. The boundary between inside and outside has faded, between past and future, between question and answer. Time, too, has lost its rhythm. You are no longer sure what a moment is. Time doesn't move here, it circles. It lingers. It compresses, becomes small and thick, like honey that refuses to flow. Every heartbeat feels both instant and infinite, as though you're suspended in a single breath that goes on forever. And yet, within this breath, you begin to feel something. Not pain, not fear, but awareness. You remember things, small things. A ripple in water, a voice in another room, the scent of rain on warm stone. These memories come not in order, but as fragments, glowing softly in the dark. They don't belong to your past exactly. They belong to your shape, yourself, your being. You wonder, are they still yours? Or are they part of what you're becoming? The singularity does not speak, but it listens. It always listens. You imagine it holding every memory of every particle that has ever fallen in. All the light, all the heat, all the dust. Stories etched in the curves of space-time. Maybe it does not erase. Maybe it remembers in a language too deep to hear. A record without writing. A song without sound. Physicists call it a point of infinite density. But what does that mean to you, here in this slow drift? Infinity is not a number, it's a feeling. A weightless, vast sensation. It's the sense that nothing ends, not truly. That everything you were is still somewhere, dissolved into this gravity-bound center. And here, in the quiet, a question stirs. What happens when the rules stop working? The laws that once defined motion, mass, and time, they lose meaning at the singularity. Equations break down. Predictions vanish. Here, the universe shrugs. It offers no clear answers. And yet, in that silence, there is still presence. Still reality. Still something. Maybe you are not meant to solve the singularity. Maybe you are meant to feel it. Like music so deep it becomes vibration. Like the dark that comforts, not frightens. Like falling into sleep and feeling the world fade, only to find a new world waiting. You think of black holes now not as endings, but as passages. Places where knowing transforms. Where the sharpness of answers gives way to the softness of wonder. Maybe that is the singularity's secret, not what it is, but what it suggests. Possibility. Perhaps this is not where things vanish, but where they change. Perhaps your atoms, your thoughts, your light are not lost but reorganized. You imagine yourself not as a body anymore, but as a pattern, a wave, a whisper among countless others. The boundary of your identity fades, but your essence remains. Not static, but fluid. Not forgotten, but remade. You are not alone here. Everything that has ever fallen into this black hole is here, in some form. The hushed energy of stars, the warmth of drifting gas, the quiet memory of photons, a cosmic archive woven into gravity's tightest knot. Maybe this is what becoming truly means. Not ceasing, but blending. Your story threads into 1,000 others. You do not lose yourself. You become more. And as you dissolve into this point of no shape, no size, you feel an odd kind of peace. A peace that comes from surrender not to nothingness, but to everything. The singularity does not hold you like a cage. It welcomes you like water welcomes rain. You are the ripple now, the echo. You are still falling, but the word no longer applies. Fall becomes float. Float becomes stillness. Stillness becomes presence. The singularity is not the end of your path, it's the folding of it. And if everything collapses here, space, time, light, thought, then maybe everything also begins here. Some scientists wonder if what happens in a black hole's singularity might one day lead to something else entirely. Another kind of space. A birth rather than a burial. A continuation we cannot yet describe. You let that idea bloom in your thoughts. Not as science fiction, but as poetic science, a dream nested inside reality. Could this singularity seed a new beginning? Could the compression of one universe spark the expansion of another? You are still. You are stretched. You are everywhere. You are nowhere. You are drifting through the place where time forgets how to pass. And in this unpassing, you begin to sense something stirring. A pressure not of weight, but of potential. The way silence sometimes vibrates just before a sound begins. The way dark clouds carry the promise of rain. It feels like the first moment of a thought. A rising. A beginning, curled tightly within an ending. And you wonder softly, what if this isn't where the story stops, but where a new universe quietly begins? But what of your stories? The shape of your atoms? Science once thought it was all erased, lost to the void. Yet whispers from quantum fields say otherwise. You feel the tension between forgetting and remembering. You are still within the singularity's hush. A deep, silent place where even questions seem to hold their breath. But now your thoughts drift towards something more personal. What becomes of you? Not your body or your form, those have already dissolved into the curved cradle of gravity. But the pattern of you. Your story. The universe is full of stories. Everything it touches carries a history. The light from a star that left home 1 billion years ago. The path of an asteroid shaped by ancient collisions. The quiet spin of a molecule, remembered through time. Even the atoms in your body have memories. Each proton, each electron, holds a kind of identity. A traceable pattern, a signature of where it's been and what it's touched. You are not only a being, but a collection of arrangements. So when you fall into a black hole, what becomes of those arrangements? Do they scatter into pure energy? Do they dissolve into silence? For a long time, science believed they were lost, erased, that a black hole was a place where information, the detailed pattern of what you were, simply vanished, like ink spilled into a deep ocean, irretrievable, gone. This idea brought unease, not just to poets and dreamers, but to physicists, because information, in the deepest laws of physics, is meant to be conserved. It's one of the rules the universe follows without exception, that no matter how something changes form, the blueprint behind it is never truly destroyed. You can burn a book, but the smoke, the heat, the ash, they carry the book's story in another form. Transformed, yes, but still present, still whispering. So when a black hole seemed to erase stories completely, it left a puzzle, a paradox called the information loss problem. Some of the greatest scientific minds turned their attention to this riddle. Among them, Stephen Hawking, who once believed that what fell into a black hole was lost forever. But later, even he began to wonder, what if the black hole isn't silent after all? Imagine, now, a soft shimmer at the edge of the event horizon. Not a glow you can see, but a suggestion. The faintest warmth, radiating outward. Hawking radiation. Tiny particles escaping, ever so slowly. Like whispers drifting from behind a curtain. They aren't much. A trickle, not a stream. But they hint at something deeper. That black holes might not last forever. Over time, over eons. They evaporate. And if they do, where does everything they held go? It's possible, some now believe, that the information once thought lost is encoded in those tiny emissions, not in clear letters or spoken language, but in the subtle arrangement of what escapes, like smoke spelling out secrets. Only the most patient watcher could decode. You float with this idea, weightless in thought. You imagine your atoms not destroyed, but blurred, spread out thin, across the surface of the event horizon, etched there like soft carvings in invisible stone. Some theories suggest this surface, this boundary between outside and in, holds the memory of everything that's ever passed. The holographic principle is what some call it, that the three-dimensional world you know might, in some mysterious way, be encoded on a two-dimensional surface, like the way a shadow can suggest a shape, or how music can fill a room from the grooves of a small record. It's not easy to grasp, but here, in the calm of your mind, you let the image form. A black hole, not as a tomb, but as a vault, and your story, not erased, but written in a language we do not yet understand. Still, there is tension. You feel it in the space between theories. Some scientists argue the information is saved. Others say it changes so completely, it may as well be lost. And perhaps, in this place where certainty bends, that tension is not something to be solved, but something to be held gently. The universe may not always offer resolution, but it does offer wonder. You drift now with the question, if every photon, every atom, every quiver of a particle holds meaning, then maybe nothing is ever truly gone. Maybe you are not erased, but transformed into a puzzle, a poem written in the folds of space. And if someone could read it, some far-off mind, in some distant time, they would find you there, not in full, not in flesh, but in rhythm, in memory, in the soft arrangement of everything you once were. And isn't that enough? Even in forgetting, there may be remembrance, even in darkness, a trace of light. And now, as your thoughts ease into stillness, you feel a new question begin to rise. What if black holes give back what they take? In ways we've only just begun to imagine? If this journey into the singularity sparked wonder, subscribe to Quantum Reverie and join us as we uncover the hidden secrets of the cosmos. Every question leads to another mystery waiting to be explored.